Jacob, sorry for texting you while you're busy at work. I know your schedule's packed today and you have a lot to get done this week.
Kristen, what's going on? Is something wrong?
I just found out I need to head over to my parents' house right away. It's a bit of an emergency, I guess.
What happened? Did something happen with your mom or dad?
It's my dad. Apparently he missed a step on the stairs and fell. The neighbor called me to let me know he was taken to the hospital. It may get pretty bad, so I'm going to go see him.
Oh no, that sounds serious. Is he okay?
I'm heading out now to check on him and see how he's doing.
What about Manny? Are you taking him along with you?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'll bring him with me to the hospital and then to my parents' house.
Are you sure? It sounds like a lot to handle on your own. If you need me to come and help, I can leave work early. It's not a problem.
No, don't worry about it. I know you have that business trip today. Plus, I was told that he didn't hit his head or anything, so it's not a super serious injury. The doctor's already treated him, and it seems like he's doing okay.
Well, that's a relief. Still, it must have been scary for him and for you.
Yeah, it's hard not to worry. But still, I'm a bit concerned about how bad the injury might be. But I figured I'd stop by, check on him, and bring Manny along. Seeing his grandson might help cheer him up a bit.
I think that's a great idea. If you're sure it's not too much trouble for you, it could really brighten his day.
Thanks. I might stay overnight if things seem like they'll take longer.
That's fine. Just take care of your dad and don't stress about anything else.
Thank you. I'll head out now.
Drive safe and let me know if you need anything. Kristen, how is everything over there?
I'm sorry for making you worry. My father, he sprained his ankle. It's not that serious, but it still hurts when he walks. For now, I think I'll stay here for a few more days, just to keep an eye on him.
Oh, I see. Your dad sprained his ankle, huh?
Yes, that's right. Since my mom passed away, living alone during times like this really becomes an inconvenience, doesn't it?
Well, when I rang the doorbell, Manny came running to greet me all hyped up, carrying him on his shoulders, looking all excited.
What?
With the way he was acting, you could probably come back home now, don't you think?
Jacob, what are you talking about?
No, really, that's the line I should be saying here. Apparently you and your secret man were planning to go on a trip alone together, just the two of you or something like that? And you plan to have your father watch Manny for you while you're away?
Wait, hold on. Are you really at my parents' house right now?
Well, yeah.
What about your business trip then? How could you possibly lie about something like that?
I can't believe you're the one saying that to me. By the way, the business trip is real. Things wrapped up a lot sooner than I thought. When I realized that your parents' house is just a 30-minute drive away from my work trip location, I decided to tell my boss about the situation and asked for permission to go off on my own while still being on the trip. And now here we are. By the way, where exactly are you right now?
I'm with a friend.
A friend?
It's Anna, my old friend from back home. You met her at the wedding and you exchanged greetings with her, right?
Oh, that person, right. So why did you make up such a complicated story?
Well, actually, I came on a trip with Anna. When you're busy on your business trip, it's been hard for me to admit that I'm just here having fun.
Using your father's injury as an excuse like that just makes me even more worried, though.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
So who are you really with, then?
Huh? I'm telling you, it's Anna.
Really? You... If you're going to lie, can you at least be a little more careful with the names you use?
But it's true. I know I lied about going on a trip, and that was wrong, but this part is the truth.
Anna isn't with you, though.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because I know for sure that's why.
Huh? What do you mean by that? What is this?
It's a photo that Anna sent me as proof. This man, he's Anna's husband, Kevin, right? And this is the waiting room at the station where you two were planning to go on your affair trip, isn't it?
Wait, hold on a second. How is it that you're even in contact with Anna?
Well, remember the home number you gave me before? I called that one.
But wait, you're supposed to be on a business trip.
I wasn't gonna leave the house empty, so before I left, I stopped by and set up call forwarding from the home phone to my cell phone.
Wait, hold on. You can really do that?
Well, I did it, so it must be possible, right? And since Anna knew that you and your man were off on an affair trip, she probably figured I'd be the one answering the phone when she called. So she let me know everything that's been going on.
No way. Anna wouldn't do something like that.
Well, when I asked, I found out Anna had actually come back to her parents' place. It's just 5 minutes from your parents' house, so she came over, and I heard everything from her.
No, that can't be true.
And by the way, I already changed the locks at our place, so you won't be able to get inside anymore.
Huh? You changed the locks while you were on a business trip? That means your whole business trip story must have been a lie, right?
Did you forget who the landlord is?
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. It's my grandfather. When I explained the situation to him over the phone, he was kind enough to change the locks for me, using his authority as the landlord.
No way. So where am I supposed to go now?
Your dad needs to hurry up and come back here and apologize to me and Manny.
Huh?
Well, even if he apologizes, the divorce is already a done deal.
Divorce?
Why are you so surprised now? You should have seen this coming the moment you decided to cheat. When an affair is discovered, this is what happens. Your spouse finds out and they confront you about it. And of course, it doesn't stop there. You'll be hit with alimony payments, and if you have kids, there's child support as well. As I mentioned, divorce is almost inevitable at this point.
No, divorce? I didn't think this would happen.
And if the person you cheated with is married, then their spouse can also file for alimony.
No, Anna is so kind. She would never do something like that. She's been my best friend for so long. I won't let you scare me with your threats.
Well, I spoke with a lawyer and they're preparing to take action.
What? Let me talk to Anna for a second. It looks like she's blocking my calls.
The lawyer will reach out to you soon.
I know divorce alimony can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Do you think I have that kind of money? Can't you just understand how much pressure this is? Let me talk to Anna right now. Kristen, it's Anna. Anna, this is horrible. Aren't we friends anymore? Once you slept with Kevin, you stopped being my friend. I didn't want to talk to you again, but seeing that you're seriously misunderstanding things, I figured I should correct that at least. Why are you betraying me? Do you even realize what you're saying right now? You're having an affair with my husband. You've betrayed me first, not the other way around. But we've been such close friends, practically like sisters since we were kids. How could you do this to me? So, does that mean you think it's okay to steal my husband from me? Is that what you think? I thought you would understand. I thought you would forgive me. I was hoping you'd see that it's true love and you'd be okay with it. You must be living in some fantasy world. Even friends have boundaries, and you've crossed them without a second thought. This is not something I'll just let slide. How could you do this to me? What kind of person are you to take my husband from me like this? What about you, though? Taking pictures of Kevin and following him around? Does that make you feel better about what you've done? Aren't you ashamed of yourself stalking my husband like this? What's wrong with gathering evidence when I know my husband is having an affair? Do you think I'm supposed to just sit here and let you get away with it? You're right. I don't want to be with Kevin anymore, but I need proof before I make any decisions. The fact that you're accusing me of stalking just proves how little you care about what's really happening. You need to open your eyes, Kristen. Maybe it's because you're so bitter and unattractive that Kevin's lost interest in you. He's just not into you anymore, and that's why he's turned to me. How could you say something so cruel? I'm not charming, but I'm not going to apologize for it. What about you? You're the one who betrayed your marriage first, and now you're trying to make yourself the victim in all this? Do you even realize how selfish you sound? But if you were so interested in someone else, you should have divorced first, don't you think? If you were truly serious about being with Kevin, you should have cleaned up your own mess before you started with him. I would have been hurt, yes, but at least I would have understood. But no, you and Kevin didn't bother to end things properly because you started your affair and now you're being blamed for it. You can't just skip over the responsibility that comes with that. It's just a matter of order, that's all. Just like when someone ends up pregnant before marriage, It's just one of those things that happens sometimes, like getting married too soon. So why does it matter? No, it's not the same. Being pregnant out of wedlock is controversial, sure, but at least those people are taking responsibility. An affair, on the other hand, is illegal. It's a violation of trust and it's morally wrong. That's what you're doing. Illegal? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Affairs are against the law. There are consequences. You should look it up yourself. You're just making this up. It's not made up. You can check on your smartphone. There are tons of resources about legal consequences of affairs. You'll see that it's not just a moral issue, it's a legal one. No, that's not true. Kevin and I are in love. This is real love, and it's not an affair. How could you say something like that? If you really believe that, why didn't you just divorce Jacob first? Why didn't you handle things properly before you started an affair with Kevin? If you cared about him the way you say you do, you would have respected his relationship with me and dealt with your marriage first. We couldn't wait. We just couldn't wait any longer for our hearts to align. It wasn't something we could control. Our hearts were just in sync and everything else didn't matter. So you're telling me that you couldn't use your brain and waited until everything was settled first? You let your instincts take over and acted without thinking? That's not love. That's selfishness. You didn't care about anyone but yourselves. That's so mean. I'm not trying to be cruel, but I'm just telling you the truth. You chose your instincts over your responsibilities, and that's what you did. You and Kevin need to face the consequences of your actions. You can't just blame everyone else when you've crossed so many lines. But you, Kristen, you still can't seem to admit what you've done is wrong. You're in complete denial about the damage you've caused. No matter how much you try to justify it, this affair was wrong. No, it's not. This isn't an affair. We're in love, and you need to understand that. Well, let me explain it to you in terms you can understand. When you're married and you're involved with someone else, that is what's called adultery. It's a violation of the vows you took. Now, Jacob and we both have the right to ask for alimony from you and Kevin. That's the legal process. Wait, no, that's not fair. You can't just do that to us. Yes, I can, because this is the consequence of what you've done. You don't get to break the rules and then cry when there are consequences. You have to take responsibility for your actions, Kristen. So, are you done now? I think this pointless argument has gone on long enough. You're not going to change my mind, and I don't think I can change yours. Anna!
Kristen, it's Jacob now. Can you hear me out for a minute?
What is it?
Anna's right. Everything she's said, it's exactly what I've been trying to tell you. She's said everything I wanted to say, and I'm glad she did. It's a shame that you still don't understand.
Jacob, I thought you would understand me. You've always been there for me. Why can't you see things from my perspective?
No, I don't understand, and I'm not going to. It's a mystery how someone who's involved in an affair can act so clueless. Do you even realize the mess you've created?
Jacob!
Look, I don't think someone like you who's completely lost touch with reality should be raising Manny. I'm taking Manny, and I'm gonna raise him properly.
Wait, what? You can't take him away from me.
We'll settle this through the lawyers. You need to face the consequences now, Kristen.
Wait, no! You can't just do this to me. Please don't take him.
Before long, both Anna and I got divorced. Kristen, despite her numerous objections and resistance, eventually had no choice but to agree to the divorce. Her father, my father-in-law, had become extremely angry, and with a forceful punch, he made Kristen cry and reluctantly agree to the separation. It was a moment that was both heartbreaking and overwhelming, as Kristen was left no room to negotiate or refuse anymore. The emotional weight of it all seemed to hit her in that instant, and her defiance crumbled under the pressure of her father's wrath. As for the custody of our son, after much discussion and persuasion from my father-in-law, the decision was made and I was granted full custody. It was a decision that, in the end, seemed right for both the child and me. My father-in-law, who had a certain influence over Kristen due to their past history, had made sure to sway the decision in my favor, despite Kristen's emotional protests. I did not feel victorious in that moment, but rather relieved, as I knew that Manny would be in a safer, more stable environment. Kristen's chaotic lifestyle was not conducive to raising a child, and that fact was something I could not ignore. However, the aftermath of this divorce was not an easy one for Kristen. After the separation, she and her affair partner found themselves in an increasingly dire financial situation. The alimony and child support payments, which amounted to more than $100,000 combined, caused their household to plunge into financial turmoil. Kristen, who had already been living on the edge with her reckless behavior, was now forced to face the consequences of her actions. The financial burden of these payments drained her resources and added a layer of stress that only compounded the emotional turmoil she had been dealing with since the divorce. Incredibly, the relationship between Kristen and her affair partner did not last long after the financial pressures hit. I heard that just a month after they began living together, their relationship came to a sudden and abrupt end. It was clear that the weight of their shared financial difficulties was too much to bear, and their once passionate connection was obliterated by the realities of debt and personal struggles. It was a devastating collapse that reflected how fragile their bond had been from the start. The affair, which had initially seemed like an escape for Kristen, had only compounded her problems and left her with even more to confront. Meanwhile, my father-in-law, who had been deeply offended by Kristen's infidelity, made it clear that he would never forgive her for what she had done. He could not stand the idea of his daughter continuing to live in the house where so many memories of her betrayal had been made. In the wake of our divorce, my father-in-law made the decision to sell the family home and move away, cutting all ties to the past. He didn't want Kristen to have any connection to that place, and to ensure she could not find him, he did not inform her of his new address. He disappeared from her life as quietly as possible, without leaving a trace. As the weeks went by, Kristen's persistence became unbearable. She repeatedly reached out to me, begging for reconciliation, desperate to rekindle the relationship that had once been the center of her life. I could feel her desperation in every message she sent, every phone call she made. But I had made up my mind. There was no going back. The betrayal was too great, and my heart could not allow me to forgive her for the pain she had caused. To escape her relentless pleas, I made the decision to leave the city. I took Manny with me, and we relocated far away to a place where Kristen would no longer be able to contact me as easily. It was a necessary move, both for my own mental health and for the well-being of my son, who needed to be free from the tension and chaos that Kristen continued to bring into our lives. We moved to a distant location, and I started a new job there. The transition was difficult, but it provided the fresh start that I so desperately needed. Now, several years later, I live about a 20-minute drive from my father-in-law's new house. Although we no longer see each other on a daily basis, we still maintain contact. Manny, now much older, is able to visit his grandfather from time to time, and the bond between them remains strong. My father-in-law, despite all the years of tension and emotional pain, has continued to support me and Manny, and his role as grandpa is important to both of us. Even though the divorce was a painful experience, there is a sense of peace that has come from the separation. It's as if, over time, the raw emotions have slowly faded, and now we're left with only the reality of our new lives. I no longer feel the bitterness that once consumed me. Kristen's actions may have torn our family apart, but in some ways they also set us on a path to healing. Manny and I have built a life that is free from the toxicity that once defined our home. We have a routine, a stability that we never had before. Looking back on everything that happened, I can't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the lessons learned. Yes, the divorce was painful and the emotional scars are still there, but I have gained clarity and understanding from it all. I've learned to prioritize my happiness and well-being, and above all, to protect Manny from the negativity that once clouded our lives. I know that I have the strength to move forward, and that Manny and I will continue to build a life filled with love, security, and stability. As for Kristen, I don't know what the future holds for her. I no longer have any interest in her life or her struggles. She made her choices, and now she must deal with the consequences. The pain she caused will forever be a part of her, just as it will be a part of me. But I've learned that I can't let her actions define my future or my happiness. I'm moving forward, and I'm focused on the future, on providing for Manny and creating a safe and happy life for him. That is what matters now. Despite everything, we have a future ahead of us, and I'm determined to make it as positive as possible.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.